Hey guys, what's going on? Garynex here, bringing you another video on 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross. So we have the Awakened Lillia event that allows you to farm tokens to get a lot of goodies. And by goodies, I mean really juicy goodies. There's the Part 2 SSR ticket, a copy of Green Lillia, an outfit for LV Melee, and a lot more. But Awakened Lillia can be quite a pain due to her passives. So in this video, I want to share some important tips with you for beating Awakened Lillia very easily. Now, Awakened Lillia boss battle is triggered when you run one of these 3 stages right here, and depending on the stage that you run, Awakened Lillia will be of different colors. For example, if you run the Valenti stage and triggered Awakened Lillia, it will be the green Awakened Lillia. If you trigger it on Istin, then it will be blue, and if you trigger it on Mono, then it will be red. Now, there's 2 important information that you need to know. Number 1. Every 2 turns, Lillia will place debuffs on you that only allows you to use attack skills. This is the same debuff that Red Slater has. And since you cannot use recovery skills either, you will not be able to cleanse it off. Number 2. When Lillia reaches full ult gauge, she will remove all your buffs. This is the same annoying thing with Green Escanor, but she removes your buffs instead. Having these 2 pieces of information, we need 2 things to counter them. Number 1. Have someone that can provide debuff immunity to the entire team. From my knowledge, only Red Arthur is able to do that in the entire game, at least in the current state of the game. Number 2. Have someone who can control ult gauge. So knowing this information, the team that I'm using for Red and Green Awakened Lillia is Red Gotha, Red Escanor, and Red Arthur with Red Jericho on the sub. Gotha for the rank up to easily get Arthur's rank 3 buff, Escanor for the damage and ult gauge control, Arthur for the rank 3 buff, and Jericho to boost damage. As for Blue Awakened Lillia, I'm using Red Gotha, Green Escanor, Green Merlin, and Alioni on the sub. Gotha for the rank up, Escanor for the damage, Merlin for the ult gauge control, and Alioni to boost damage. So what you want to do for Red and Green Awakened Lillia is to get Arthur's rank 3 buff in the first 2 turns. As long as you get the debuff immunity up before Lillia debuffs you at the end of 2nd turn, you will be okay. Her debuffs will not work on you. However, if you only get the buff after she have debuffed you, you will not be able to use your buff cards because it's all disabled. You will only be able to use your attack cards. Of course, this depends on RNG. So what happens when you can't get a rank 3 buffs in 2 turns? This strategy also applies to Blue Awakened Lillia fight because I did not bring Arthur for the blue one. What you want to do is to rush Escanor's ult 2nd turn. If you can't get the buff in time, then try to kill her ASAP. Because on the next turn, she will attack you with a rune card which will deal extra damage for each debuff on you, so that might possibly kill you. Rush ult and take her out quickly. Dragging the fight with the debuffs is going to be disastrous. So that's the first tip on how to deal with the annoying debuffs. And the second tip for the fight is to start draining Lillia's ult gauge when she has 3 orbs. She uses 3 cards every turn and she has a maximum of 6 orbs. The moment she hits 6 orbs, she will remove all your buffs. So that means at the end of 2nd turn, she will get all 6 orbs and remove your buff. So you can't wait till she has 6 orbs then drain her ult gauge, hoping to cut down one of her cards. No, that strategy doesn't work here. She will immediately remove all your buffs the moment she hits 6 orbs, just like how Green Escanor's passive work. So you want to make sure to drain her ult gauge when she has 3 orbs, so the next turn she will only be able to reach a maximum of 5. And usually you will be able to kill her on the next turn, so you only have to worry about it once. On the background is a pre-recorded clip of the fight with Green and Blue Awakened Lillia, both of which are the most perfect run. I will let the clip play to the end just so you can see how to actually fight her. Keeping these two important points in mind, you will have no problem taking down Awakened Lillia at all. The rest of the fight is pretty straightforward. So I hope this video gives you some insights on how to beat Awakened Lillia if you're struggling with the debuffs and buff removals. If you wish to discuss more about 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross, consider joining my Discord, link will be in the description below. And as always, like, comment and subscribe if you haven't already. That's it for today, take care and have a great day ahead.